What would you say are the top two reasons why you're seeing a decline in enrollment?
Well, I think the great thing is the parents have a choice, right? With our ESA programs, I get attacked all the time for being pro-choice, pro-parental choice, and I think it's crazy. These certain individuals want me just to be like, you must bring your kid to Higley. Well, I believe that competition is important. And if we have parents that are leaving our district for ESAs, then maybe there's something that we need to look at. What are we doing that parents aren't liking, that they're pulling their kids out? And I know many parents who have pulled their kids out just in the last 2 years that I've been on the board. And a lot of it has to do with curriculum. A lot of it has to do with dress code. When we pass the dress code that allows our students to come to school with less clothing on. Uh, we need to understand that decisions that we make impact our enrollment. And when you aren't representing the community, the majority of your community that you serve, uh, then parents are going to leave. And so there has to be in any business, when there's competition, it makes you or should make you reevaluate what's working and what's not working and make changes to be able to attract those parents back or to prevent further parents from leaving.
I've
And
heard
I've been saying that since day one, and it hasn't happened. And so decisions will continue to be made, and we continue to lose more kids. And this year they're estimating an additional 300 students to leave our district. So we went from, I believe, fourth quarter of 2021. I want to say we had about 175 kids that were on ESA. We're around 1,600 today.
oh my goodness. That's
So,
quite a
yeah.
bit.
And then there's parents that choose not to use ESA dollars and try to homeschool. Or when you look at our last presentation that was done of how many kids that left and how many kids that came in, there was a difference about 20 students, I believe it was. Um, and but we can't just look at those 20 students. Like, can you imagine if we gained all those students and kept the ones that left? Like, financially, how much of a better spot we'd be in? So we got to look at the bigger picture, and that's not just my district, every district. And this is not even just Arizona. This is a nationwide issue. And parents that I talk to, so many of them I say, I've had enough. Um, parents aren't being heard, parents aren't being listened to. And so, how many times can a customer come into a store and ask for something and not get it before they go, okay, I'm just going to go next door to, uh, you know, Fry's. Fry's doesn't have something, I'm going to go to Safeway and get it. It works the same with schools. And, uh, there's some people that don't like education being looked at in a business, but we need to look at it as a business. We provide a service, and if our customers aren't happy, they're going to leave. So,
What would you say are probably the top one or two things people need to be watching for this school year, especially for parents? What what is something that parents should be looking for this year? Anything unique or something that's come up that will be coming up again this year? Any advice for parents?
well, parents need to pay attention to what their children are learning, and parents need to get involved. I, our district, we're going to be, they're starting to get applications for a committee to review a new English curriculum, K through 12. And so, getting parents to sign up, I think the deadline's in 3 days, August 1st. And so parents need to sign up to be on the committee, and watch out for other committees. Like, get involved, participate. I know, trust me, I know what it is to have minimal time. I work full time. I have my advocacy work that I do, and I'm a board member for the district, and so I run my own business too. And aside from working full time after hours, I have my own business that I do financials for. Um,
You're a mom.
and I'm a mom, yes. Dinner and just the regular stuff and sports. Um, but I get it, time's limited, but our children depend on us to be their voice. And so parental involvement is important, because if you're not involved, you don't know what's happening, you don't know what they're learning. And that's where things happen, and then parents go, well, how did this happen, and how did my kid turn out like this, or why can't my kid read, or reading to your kids, from when they're little. Like, that's so important, for our elementary kids to have reading with their parents. um, that's a huge issue across the country right now, is eighth graders aren't reading at grade level, they're like at elementary level. um, and looking at proficiency rates, looking at financials, attending school board meetings, speaking out when you know there's things that you have concerns about, and not necessarily making it political, but ensuring that your schools are educating students in a neutral manner, not making things political. And as I've said to many teachers that I talk to, uh, when a student knows which political side you're on, you've crossed the line. Um, and so parental involvement is absolutely crucial to your child's education. And I believe I can't even name the study right now, but kids tend to do better in school when their parents are involved. Their grades are better. Everything improves when they have that connection.